From map to treasure to monsters, sometimes you need a good dungeon and you need it fast. I found the quickest, simplest method for mapping random D&D dungeons in kind of an unexpected place. Hey there, adventurers. Welcome back to Short Rest Studios, where we believe that fun builds community. I'm Judd, and the fastest, easiest way to make a solid random dungeon for D&D or whatever your TTRPG of choice is, well, I found it in the ShadowDark rulebook. I found it in the ShadowDark rulebook. Is it completely original? No, but it is a clever and fun hack, and today I'm walking you through it step by step. But first, I want to invite you to a larger role in the fun and community here at Short Rest Studios. At patreon.com/shortreststudios, you can become part of the Adventurers Guild. As a guild member, you are really and truly responsible for keeping the cameras rolling on this channel. And you get access to a guild-only Discord channel, early access to new videos, a monthly live stream hangout, and even quarterly system-agnostic adventure seeds to fuel your further TTRPG adventures. Go to patreon.com/shortreststudios and help us make more fun and grow the Short Rest Studios community. First up, here's what you need. A blank sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper, a D6, up to 12 D10s. Don't worry, this will make sense in a minute. A pencil, this video, and I highly suggest you get this anyway, a copy of the ShadowDark rules. I'll drop a link in the description. Then you need whatever resources you need for monsters, treasures, traps, and hazards that are appropriate to your game of choice. If it's ShadowDark, those are in the book too. Really, that's it. All these steps, including the tables you need to roll up your dungeon, are on pages 130 to 131 of the ShadowDark book. But if you want to, you can make your own tables using these as examples. Step 1. Roll a d6 on the site size table, or you can choose a size if you have something more specific in mind already, but where's the fun in that? The options are small, medium, and large, and you'll need a handful of d10s depending on what size room you roll. I rolled a 4, which puts me in a medium size site, which means I need 8 d10. Step 2, roll a d6 on the site type table. The options are cave, tomb, deep tunnels, or ruins. Again, you can pick one if you'd rather, but dice. And this time I rolled a 1, which puts me in a cave, the perfect place for a troll like me. Step 3, put your blank sheet of paper down in front of you, grab the number of d10s listed for your dungeon's size, and roll those together on the sheet of paper. And remember, they have to stay on the paper. This is legitimately my favorite part. The more dice, the better. I was so disappointed that I didn't get a large site. But anyway, you can use a blank sheet of, printer paper or something with no lines, but I chose graph paper so that I could use the grid if I want to. Step 4, draw an outline around the dice. This creates the overall shape of your map. Keep in mind the type of site you rolled so that when you draw in walls and passages, they match that type. This should be obvious to everyone watching that I am no artist, but I'm just narrowing out some of the passages, making it feel more like a cave system with tunnels, adding in a little doorway here, a little rock wall between the two chambers. And I'm just kind of, dividing the rooms up and changing some things to make it look a little more like a cave system. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy, nothing to sweat about. Super fun little hack. Step 5, write down the number on each die. That's going to determine what kind of room it is based on the room type table. Step 6, roll on the corresponding table for the contents of the room. If none of your map dice happened to come up a 10, just pick the one with the highest roll for your boss monster. Alright, so room type's pretty straightforward. These two ones that I have here are both empty, as you can see. The 3 is a trap. 4 is a minor hazard. The 6 is an NPC. And I've actually got 2 7s here that are monster mobs. 8 is a major hazard. And that's going to wind up being where my boss monster or overall objective for the dungeon is. Step 7. Roll for the dungeon's overall danger level. Oh yeah, baby. 6. You know what that means. Deadly. And once we're done with that, we can move on to some more granular detail. So I pull out the trap table for my first room that has a trap in it. And I roll a 3, which gives me a sturdy mechanical trap. Next room is a minor hazard, so I'm going to roll on that minor hazard table, and I get a 6, which gives me enfeebling magic. Sounds fun, maybe. Now moving on to that central room where I forgot to write down the monster mob earlier. So I write that in, and then I roll on the monster mob table. I get a 1, and that gives me stealthy outcasts. And some of these details, you might look at them and think, I'm not sure what that means. But in the context of your overall adventure or campaign, you can take that and use the details of your campaign to inform what that means, right? Now we're moving on to the NPC chamber. And for the NPC, I rolled a 4, which gives me a wounded NPC in there. That gives us some room for some interesting roleplay, some interesting options in the game. All right, so now we're moving up to that top chamber, the other monster mob. I rolled a 2, which gives me some reckless minions. So that should be fun. I'm thinking a little craziness could ensue in that room. All right, and now we're on to the real fun in that big room with the boss monster / objective and the major hazard. And if you remember, the reason that has the boss monster is because when we rolled on the room type table, that was the highest number we came up with, an 8. We did not roll a 10, so we rolled a 1 on the major hazard table, which gives us a long fall. That should be interesting. And then we roll a 4 on the boss monster table, guarded by minions. Now, we had another room that had minions in it right nearby, so I didn't want to do that. So I decided to roll again. Got a 2, which gives me a religious leader. So some kind of cult fanatic doing some kind of crazy ritual in there that could lead to some interesting encounters. Now you can grab your bestiaries and GM guides and populate your map with all the fun stuff that's going to challenge your players. We're not trying to kill our players, okay? That's bad GMing. It's bad. It's not good. Adventurers, try it out. I would love to see what kind of crazy creations you come up with, so drop them in the comments. And please remember to take a look at the Adventurers Guild membership tiers at patreon.com/shortreststudios. If you're interested in talking about some more ways that ShadowDark improves on the D&D experience, check out this video, and I'll see you next time on Short Rest Studios. Pencils are super fun. They have, goofy little D&D sayings, and they double as dice. Of course, you have to not let them go out of control, but I'll drop a link to these in the description.